My mother coldly said I couldn't afford Dad's birthday dinner at the luxurious Azure Hotel. As I stood outside, humiliated, clutching the deed to the villa I'd bought him, my sister mocked my modest appearance. Moments later, the doors opened wide. Staff greeted me warmly as the owner. My family's faces fell as they finally realized whose table they sat at. Hi everyone, I'm Jessica, the storyteller on the Family Tales channel. Here I'll share stories about love, conflicts, betrayal, and infidelity within American families. These stories offer a deep look into relationships and the challenges families face. Stay tuned and explore with me. If you love emotional stories and want to uncover the hidden secrets in families, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our videos. The adrenaline surged through my fingertips, sending a delightful tingle as I clutched the key card to my hotel room, my sister standing defiantly at the entrance. Yeah, the rich sound of my father's laughter resonated from within the magnificent lobby of Azure, the very space I had crafted, the hotel I proudly owned as I lingered outside, feeling like an unwelcome visitor. "You can't possibly believe you're getting in," Vanessa said, her voice lowering to a patronizing whisper. She smoothed her designer dress, a replica I instantly recognized from the early sketches my designer friend had shown me over lunch last week, and positioned herself more assertively in the doorway. "Behold the magnificent Azure, Ellie. The price of the tasting menu exceeds your monthly earnings." If she only realized that I had a hand in crafting that menu alongside our Michelin-starred chef. "He's my father as well," I stated, my voice more composed than I anticipated. The petite envelope nestled in my clutch, holding the deed to a luxurious vacation villa in Tuscany, one of the most coveted properties in the Grand Azure, suddenly weighed heavily in my hand. Eleanor here, 38 years young and thriving as a hospitality entrepreneur. This is the tale of how I took back my rightful seat at a table that was truly mine. Mom and Dad had clear expectations, Vanessa remarked as she adjusted her appearance in the glass doors. They seek only those who have achieved success, individuals who will uphold the family's reputation. The irony hit me with the force of a punch. Just yesterday, I approved a monumental $100 million expansion of the illustrious Azure chain. Today, I found myself in a situation where I felt too embarrassed to step into my own hotel. I struggled to suppress a laugh as the ridiculousness of the situation washed over me. A decade ago, when I chose to leave the family's modest accounting firm to chase my passion for hospitality management, it felt as though they had completely turned their backs on me. The echoes of my father's words linger in my mind. My daughter will not settle for being just a glorified waitress. I would allow them to think whatever they wished, letting them believe I was facing challenges in restaurant management. In the meantime, I transformed Azure Hospitality Group into one of the leading luxury hotel chains in the nation. The once celebrated waitress now proudly owns 35 five-star hotels spanning 3 continents. Eleanor, my mother's piercing voice, sliced through my reverie as she emerged behind Vanessa. "What brings you here? This has been discussed." They had indeed discussed it. This morning, I received a text message from my mother. "Please refrain from attending Dad's birthday celebration. It's located at the magnificent Azure. It's beyond your budget. Please, let's avoid any embarrassment. I have a special gift for you." I spoke softly, raising the tiny envelope in my hand. What could it be? How about a gift card to Olive Garden? Vanessa burst into laughter. "Did you manage to gather enough tips to pick up a gift for him from the mall?" My mother's gaze sharpened as she took in my modest clutch bag, a handcrafted Italian leather creation that was pricier than Vanessa's car. "No matter what, I'm confident that your sister's gift is the better choice." She announced that she has just achieved junior partner status at her firm. I was aware, just as I was aware of her firm's ongoing negotiations to lease office space in one of my buildings, the lease they urgently required but struggled to finance. Yesterday, I received the reports from my real estate division. Vanessa is thriving, her mother continued, becoming more animated as she discussed her favorite subject: the new house in the suburbs, the luxury car, and her wonderful fiancé with such promising prospects. She took a moment, assessing me with a discerning gaze. What about you? At least you're making an effort, I guess. As I reflected on my penthouse with its stunning view of Central Park, my impressive collection of rare sports cars, and the private jet that had whisked me away this morning, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. Absolutely, Mom, I'm making an effort. With a hint of mischief, Vanessa smirked. The dress in question. Wasn't there a chance for you to put in some effort? Welcome to the Grand Azure, where we elevate your dining experience beyond the ordinary. I glided my fingers across the luxurious black silk, a bespoke creation from one of Paris's elite designers, the very same designer who had turned down Vanessa's request just last month. I picked up a detail when my stylist brought up the incident during my last fitting. I did what I could, I replied calmly. I'm afraid you can't come in, Vanessa stated firmly. The entire VIP floor has been reserved exclusively for us. This event is exclusively for family and esteemed guests. The exclusive floor, my exclusive floor, the one I meticulously reimagined last year, right down to hand-picking each piece of artwork and the stunning crystal chandelier. With a sense of intrigue, I inquired about the esteemed guests they had chosen to invite. Oh, I doubt you're familiar with them. My mother waved her hand with a hint of dismissal. The Andersons, proprietors of a thriving law firm, the Blackwoods, a family of established wealth, and Mr. Harrison from the bank. These are all influential figures in our community. I stifled a grin. Thomas Anderson has secured leases on 3 of my properties. The Blackwoods had recently requested membership at my most exclusive resort. Mr. Harrison's bank was in the process of pursuing a significant loan from my investment group. Absolutely, I emphasized. They are extremely significant individuals. Absolutely, Vanessa remarked, clearly satisfied that I recognized my role. Now you understand why your presence isn't feasible here. What would they say if they discovered that Dad's unsuccessful daughter was the one pouring their drinks? Vanessa, our mother gently reprimanded, yet her eyes sparkled with approval. Show kindness. Eleanor took charge of her decisions. If she had chosen to remain with the family business, as you did, the situation would have unfolded quite differently. The family business that currently resided in a humble office within one of my buildings, consistently struggling to cover the rent. My property manager provided me with monthly reports detailing all tenants, including insights on my family's struggling business. At that moment, my brother-in-law Gavin walked in, adjusting his tie with precision. Why is there such a delay? Everyone's anticipation hung in the air until he caught sight of me, and his expression fell. Eleanor was surprised to find you here. No, I responded clearly. My mother announced proudly that Gavin has just been promoted to vice president at his bank. As a junior vice president, I instinctively made the correction, fully aware of his precise role since his bank managed a few of my smaller accounts. I received comprehensive reports from my financial team regarding all our banking partners. Clearly, it's far more remarkable than anything you're up to, Vanessa retorted. What's happening now? Assistant manager at a popular chain restaurant. This morning, I reflected on the board meeting I had to leave early, where we deliberated on the acquisition of the very bank that Gavin was employed at. The paperwork was likely still resting on my desk in my private office upstairs. I mentioned something along those lines. This is absolutely absurd, my mother proclaimed. Eleanor, it's time to leave. You're drawing attention. I'll inform your father that you were unable to attend. Vanessa chuckled. You couldn't afford it, right? I gazed beyond them, taking in the magnificent entrance of the hotel I had meticulously crafted from the ground up. admiring the marble floors I had chosen, the crystal chandeliers I had commissioned, and the artwork I had personally curated. Every single inch belonged to me. For a brief instant, I contemplated turning back. Allow them to enjoy their celebration. Allow them to hold on to their beliefs. Then it struck me, something my first mentor once shared with me. Achievement holds no value if you lack the ability to advocate for yourself. My jaw clenched as I squared my shoulders, embracing the power of all I had created without their backing or validation. A serene clarity enveloped me as the tingling in my fingers faded away. In a soft voice, I remarked, "I believe I'll remain." Just as my mother was about to reply, the imposing glass doors swung open, and Owen, my head of security, emerged. Since the day I acquired my first struggling hotel 7 years ago, he has been by my side, playing a crucial role in its transformation into the flagship of the Azure chain. "Is everything going smoothly here, Madam CEO?" His voice resonated distinctly at the entrance. "Your favorite table awaits, and Chef Michelle is on hand with the menu, eager for your approval on her latest creations." The ensuing silence was overwhelming. Vanessa's jaw dropped, her meticulously applied lipstick now strikingly vivid against her fair complexion. My mother clutched the brass door handle for stability. "Dear Owen," I beamed with warmth. "Absolutely impeccable timing. My family was just sharing their thoughts on why I couldn't afford to eat here." "Excuse me, ma'am?" He appeared truly perplexed. "So, you own the whole hotel chain?" "Absolutely, I do." I glanced at my astonished family. "Shall we head indoors? It seems that you've secured the VIP floor for your experience. Specifically, my VIP floor." And Gavin discovered his voice before anyone else. "This is quite the joke, isn't it?" "You're simply a restaurant manager," Owen interjected with a professional tone, stating, "Miss Eleanor is the founder and CEO of Azure Hospitality Group. She is the proud owner of all 35 Grand Azure hotels across the globe, in addition to our resort properties and restaurant chains." Vanessa's exquisite designer clutch tumbled from her grasp, echoing against the marble steps. "However, that seems utterly unfeasible. The magnificent Azure boasts a staggering worth in the billions. I completed it for her, which makes your remark about my ability to afford the tasting menu quite entertaining." I walked into my hotel's lobby and the staff instantly stood up straight, ready to assist. "Good evening, dear Miss Eleanor," the front desk manager has called out. "The executive suite is all set for your father's birthday celebration." "Thanks, Rachel." I glanced back at my family, who remained motionless in the doorway. "Are you on your way?" They trailed behind me quietly, their eyes scanning the hotel as though they were experiencing it anew. Every staff member we encountered greeted me by name, each admiring your dress. My mother finally succeeded, gazing at my simple black dress with fresh perspective. Handcrafted in Paris, priced at approximately $30,000 if I recall correctly. I developed a frustrating tendency to overlook price tags altogether. I guided them to the exclusive elevator, the one that needed a special key I retrieved from my clutch. In contrast to Vanessa's dress, which seems to be a replica, the authentic Valentino collection is still yet to make its debut. I have first-hand experience, having attended the exclusive showing last month. The elevator doors slid open, revealing the vibrant scene of the VIP lounge, alive with the festivities of my father's birthday celebration. As we stepped inside, an air of silence enveloped the room. "Eleanor?" My father rose from his position at the head table, his expression a blend of disbelief and bewilderment. "What brings you here? Your mother mentioned that it might be out of your budget." I completed my walk over to him, wishing you a fantastic birthday filled with joy and celebration. I trust you won't mind my unexpected arrival at the party in my own hotel. What about your hotel? Mr. Harrison from the bank stepped forward, a look of relief washing over his face as a smile spread across it. "Dear Miss Eleanor, I must admit I was unaware of your connection to Robert Thompson. We've been eager to arrange a meeting with you for months regarding that loan. Eleanor is the proud owner of the Grand Azure. Thomas Anderson became a part of the action. Wow, Robert, I can't believe it. Your daughter is the enigmatic CEO behind all those prime real estate acquisitions throughout the city. My father slumped into his chair, his face losing all color. All this time we believed you were merely a glorified waitress. I arched an eyebrow. I hold your words close to my heart since the moment I departed from the family business to chase my aspirations in the hospitality industry. Why didn't you share that with us? My mother insisted, her pearls gripped tightly as if they were her only source of comfort. Would you have trusted my words? I inquired softly. A decade ago, your belief in me was nowhere to be found when I sought your support. Why should I share my achievements with those who value individuals solely based on their financial status? I took a moment to reflect, and by that standard, it seems I hold greater value than all those present here put together. Vanessa sank into a nearby chair, her complexion pale and drained. The villa in the south of France that I attempted to rent last summer, the one that was inexplicably unavailable, I have confirmed it as mine. I received your reservation request from my property manager, who wasn't aware of our connection. I cast a quick look at Gavin. Similar to the office building your company is finding difficult to lease, Gavin, and the resort membership you've been waiting to secure, Mother. Eleanor, my father began, his voice wavering. Hold on. I raised my hand. My intention wasn't to cause you pain, even though you've caused me a fair share over the years. I took this step because I'm done concealing my achievements just to protect your ego. I faced the audience, ready to speak. Have a fantastic time at the party. Everything is complimentary. My home. I began to step away, but then I hesitated. By the way, Dad, remember that envelope Vanessa wouldn't let me hand over to you? This is the deed to a stunning villa in Tuscany, one of my most prestigious properties. Think of it as a birthday present from your daughter, who has faced her share of challenges. The following hour felt like a dream. Those who had overlooked me at past family gatherings suddenly sought to engage in conversations about business opportunities. The Blackwoods were eager to secure that resort membership. Mr. Harrison approached me regarding his bank's loan application. Amidst everything, my family remained in a state of shocked silence. Vanessa's fiancé vanished upon discovering that her assured future partnership at her firm hinged on a lease she simply couldn't afford in my building. Gavin continued to make calls, likely to refine his resume. My mother oscillated between tears and efforts to convey to the other guests that she had always believed in her daughter's potential. As the evening came to a close, I discovered my father solitary on the terrace, gazing at the twinkling city lights. He gestured toward the skyline, indicating those buildings. "What's the total number in your collection?" "That's enough," I said, standing next to him. The structure of the family business encompassed. He gave a slow nod. "I misjudged you, Eleanor. Utterly misguided." "Absolutely," I concurred. "You were indeed. Will you ever find it in your heart to forgive us?" I pondered his question, reflecting on the countless years of disregard and patronization. "It's not about forgiveness, Dad. Respect is essential. Your lack of respect for my choices and disbelief in my abilities has been evident. Success is only truly appreciated once it has been demonstrated." "What's next?" At this moment, I offered a faint smile. "Your daughter is now the proud owner of the Grand Azure. Imagine the conversations that will spark. This will surely elevate your dinner party discussions to an impressive level." I walked away, making my way to my secluded office on the top floor. Tomorrow, the family dynamic is set to change dramatically. Vanessa was no longer the golden child. My mother would desperately alter the narrative to assert that she had always been in my corner. Gavin and his bank are likely on the brink of acquisition. Tonight, I finally claimed my place at the table, a table I crafted with my own hands in a room that belongs to me beneath a roof I financed. That held more value than any late arriving family approval ever could. That's it for today's story. If you found it moving, don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.